Basically, if you look at my YouTube graph, it is a barren wasteland of pretty much nobody watching it. And I call it valleys of death. Like basically the valley of death of never getting started. I did so much content, it didn't hit it. What happened before my Skool group is I had what I'd call customer resonance. I posted a video. Somebody said, "Hey, Jack, I found that video so helpful. I'm actually going to give you $10." And it wasn't the $10. This was 1 year ago, by the way. I'm going to give you $10. And it wasn't about the $10. It was the fact that they got so much value from it that they felt compelled to give me money. That's how I knew. And generally, whenever I start a business, I look for customer resonance. You're looking for a signal that you're making an impact. When I started off my YouTube journey, I was about going viral. Everything was about how can I get on the front page of YouTube. What I realized is it is far, do you want to make money or do you want to be famous, right? Many million subscriber YouTube channels could disappear tomorrow and you wouldn't even realize it. It is far more profitable, rewarding to make a deep impact for a small number of people than a shallow impact for a significantly large number of people. You will get paid based on the degree of value you create. One of the biggest lies on YouTube is that you need to be big YouTube viral. It's completely not true. It's about, think about it like this. You have an entertainment channel that does 1 million subscribers. What value do you add per person? It's just some goofs and some gaffs, but they forget about you on to the next video. Actually, if you can show somebody an automation that completely changes their business. That means that they can actually now automate away 5 different employees. You've completely changed that person's life. And as a result of that, they want to come and, engage with the products and services that Adam and I look at. So number one is do not look at views. Views are not a good indicator of money. Most people making most money don't have the biggest views. So do not worship the view god as number one. Second of all, anchor yourself to value. You want to be as valuable as freaking possible to a customer. If you just focus on value, everything else falls behind that. What you'll often find in YouTube is you have an accordion of volume and value. So for example, when I started to take off is I said, look, I don't care if I have one person or 101,000 people watch my videos. I'm just going to get content out to find out what my niche is and what resonates. And only when I started doing values and didn't give a crap about the views, I started to find my customer resonance and I could build that and share what I was really passionate about. So you are going to fail. You have to get over it. Your first 20 videos are going to suck balls. Excuse my language, but they are. No one's going to watch it. It's not about that. You just got to get started, get growing. And our funnel is more like a pancake. All we do is we rock their world. We give them value. And we say, hey, you want to learn more? You want to do this, but faster, better, quicker, and get more access? Just push this button down below. And then they come over and then they join. And now we have a churn rate in the 6%. So it's been a big journey. Adam sort of co-founded the group with me. We've done a lot of work on it, and YouTube is fun, and we're having a rock and roll good time.
Nice. Love that, man. And by the way, the first point, here's Jack's channel, by the way, guys. You can go and subscribe, and here's their community. You can go and check that out as well. At the end, I think we will share the link. But, and by the way, this is not like a promotion. That's not why we are doing this. I don't even have an affiliate link. We haven't even discussed this. But basically what you mentioned was very powerful, was the attracting buyers, not viewers. And I absolutely can confirm that by looking at so much data from clients that we have. Like sometimes they have videos, and that, by the way, doesn't matter as much what platform it is. Like it works everywhere, as you said. Sometimes a person can make a video or like a piece of content that gets 200 views, and they get like a high ticket paying client, or they get few Skool community members from that. And another video can get like 10,000 views, not like 1 or 200, and don't even bring you any clients. So I've seen that like in so many different industries, and that's something powerful that you said, which is don't care about just going viral, right? Like, oh, that's a viral video, I'm just gonna do that. Make sure that you are attracting the right person, right? You know who your buyer is, who is your ideal avatar. Funnily enough, the last live we did was about that. So if you guys are watching this, you can go back and watch the recording in the classroom. And after you know that, then you make videos specifically for that kind of people, right? So an example of this can be even for me. Like there are so many videos that are working out there right now. How to make your first $1 as a beginner, or how to make your first $1,000 as a beginner step by step, right? These videos are working very well. And like I used to want to make these videos, but now I'm thinking like, but is that my ideal avatar? And usually it's not, right? Usually that's not the person I want to attract. So although I see all these viral videos, I'm not copying them in my niche, because I'm saying, even if I make this video and it gets only 300 views, sometimes 6, 7, sometimes 8 figure entrepreneurs watch these videos. And I know that by fact, because these people message me on Instagram and say, hey, I have seen your YouTube video. I'm saying, what? Did you watch my videos? And they say, yes. And it's like a very big entrepreneur. So, but you don't see that on the view count on the view count, when you see it says 300 views or 500 views, your ego hurts a little bit, right? You think, oh my God, I need to see 5,000. So again, our message definitely isn't not to get views, stay small, make bad videos. Absolutely not. For as long as it's the right kind of views, try to get as many as possible, but making sure that you add value, as you said, right? You make simple videos that are actually resonating. As you said, the market resonance, it resonates with the people you want to attract, to help them. Then the next logical step for them is to take the next step, like to join your community, to buy your thing, your mentorship, your whatever solution you have for their problem. So that's really powerful. One thing I want to focus on is, I know that on your YouTube channel, you went from posting less to posting more, right? And I know somewhere,
Yes.
I don't know when did you start doing that, but can you walk us through why did you make that decision and what lessons did you learn from that? Like, what's your take on quality versus quantity and how kind of you balance both? Because some people say, Art, should I post 1 a week, 3 a week, videos every day? I know the answer is it depends usually on the niche and on the situation, but what you found from your own experience, did making more videos help you, and why?
Yeah, so I love that. Thank you, bro. So basically, core concept to understand, a 1% improvement in your YouTube can lead to a 10, 20, 50% improvement in your income. So it's a very high leverage platform. I post high volume until what you want to do is, if you did 4 videos a week for a month, you're going to end up with something like 16 to 20 videos. Okay. When you take a look back at those 20 videos, you can say, hey, great. We had 2 that were 10 out of 10, some 7 out of 10, some 5s, some 4s, some 2s. You can then see what worked and do more of the things that work. So I like higher volume until you find the stuff that really crushes it. And then you double click on and zoom in on the stuff that works and do more of that kind of content. You can say, well, of the ones that did really well, why did it do well? What was it about the thumbnail and the title? You want to do a process of deconstruction. So you want to grab the first 30 seconds of all your videos, break it down line by line, look at your top performers, look at your worst performers, have AI to analyze and compare. Also do this with your competitors and niche as well. Specifically, what are they all doing at the beginning of their videos that I'm not doing? What are their thumbnails and titles doing that I'm not doing? And actually, you'll start to create a framework of stuff that actually works. And it's not that you're trying to copy what they're doing, but with YouTube, there's a science component of it. Again, I'm just as much a learner as every single person in this call. I can only speak about the stuff that I'm learning about, but there's as much of a scientific aspect to it as there is an artistic aspect to it. The art is you, your style, where you show up, and you will find your own niche. But there are certain rules of the game that you will find out. And the biggest thing that always blows my mind actually is the bigger the guys are, the more romantic and close they are to data. They're so freaking scientific on it, guys. They're looking at percentage of number of views they're returning. We're looking at this data, that number. They're so specific on it. It really blows my mind. So I like to do slightly more videos because if you've got, for me, I feel there's no shortage of content that I could create, and I find the stuff that works and double click into it.
Yeah, that's very helpful, man. I love that. And what you said was really powerful, because a lot of people, like, the reason that I am a big fan of doing more quantity in the beginning than quality is because most people don't know what quality looks like, right? And
That's
I've
right.
heard this from Alex Hormozi's brand director. He said, you don't decide quality, your viewers decide quality, right? And
Mm.
for your view, and what that means is that if a video did better, let's say it got more views or it attracted more buyers or more people, in your case, donated you money in the comments and said, this is helpful, like whatever science they are showing that they resonate with the video, that's what quality is, right? So the quality is determined by the results that you get from your content, how much it resonates, how well it does, how much money it makes you, right? So if that's true, then the more videos you make in the beginning, no matter on which platform you are, the more chances you have to test and experiment, to fail, to learn, right? And to have enough data to then kind of study this data in the first place, right? So I absolutely love what you said, which is, the lesson I'm getting from this is post more, see what works, what doesn't, study the competitors, see what's working for others, get better. More reps are going to help you to iterate more and get better. And then once you see that something is working better, then that's when you can spend even more time on making more videos like the ones that did well on your channel, on your account, whatever. Now, a lot of these trainings are available for free with all of the templates, AI tools, private feedback for you to be able to implement in your business. And guess what? It's absolutely free. So if you're interested, the link will be down below in the description and you can apply to join there.